Not sure what to play for Players Cup 4? Well, I got 3 decks for you guys that you can try that can possibly help you qualify for those. So let's get right into them. What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, Sleepy Tribute. Today I have for you 3 decks that I think have high potential for Players Cup 4 qualifiers. But before we get into those decks, feel free to leave a subscription down below, and if you subscribe, let me know you subscribed and I'll try and get back to you and give you an answer back on your comment down below. Also, like the video if you're liking the video. And also, I just started a Discord, so feel free. I have a link to my Discord down below, calling it the Sleepy Dreeps. Join the Discord. I'm trying to build a community. My goal with that Discord is to hopefully, build some community for you guys to come in if you guys need help with any decks. Just chat, even stuff not even about Pokemon. And I'm hoping that I can also use that Discord as well to bring you a couple of my viewers, like you guys, into my content, and maybe play some games with you guys and stuff like that. So feel free to join the Discord. But on to the first deck, choice number 3 for me. And the only reason it's choice number 3 is because I haven't had many reps with it, but it's Victory Skorch. This list I grabbed from Mellow Magikarp. He did a deck profile himself on YouTube, so go ahead, check him out. He's a great content creator. He teaches stuff very well, and I've learned a lot from him as well and improved as a player because of watched his content. But the main idea of this deck is this fire deck can go either first or second. If you go second, you set up a Centiskorch using your Volcanion's Flare Starter. But if you go first, you can still go ahead and set up a Victini and attack with Max Victory. And with a lot of ease, Max Victory is doing a 220 damage. And even in those games where, let's say you're playing like a PikaRom, you can go ahead and go Centiskorch route and try and play the game out with Centiskorch, Heatran, and Reshiram instead of going to Victini route. So those are a couple, you have, it sounds clunky, you're having two Vs, but from like the 1 or 2 games I've played, it's felt decently. I still want to experiment more with it, which is why it's my number 3 right now. On to the next deck. I think honestly, PikaRom. PikaRom is the deck that, like, if I don't know what to play, it's my fallback. It's just very consistent, PikaRom does what it needs to do almost, I feel like 90% of the time. Might be an exaggeration, but I feel like, you're playing PikaRom, you're gonna play the game and you have a chance to win almost any matchup. Yes, you do have bad matchups, but again, even those bad matchups can you can kind of squeak a win in with reset stamp combinations. This list I took from Israel Sosa, who recently won GG Tour. So go ahead, feel free, check out that list, make any changes. I really like the inclusion of Fan of Waves actually in here, and on top of Crushing Hammer. Fan of Waves, just again, extra disruption. We got the Stealthy Hood in case a lot of Urshifus are playing that Mimikyu, so Stealthy Hood allows us to basically make that Mimikyu useless. But yeah, aside from that, the reason it's number 2 is because I know there's a lot more better PikaRom players out there. I started the game very late, so I don't have as many reps with a PikaRom as someone who's started playing in team up, and I don't feel as comfortable with the deck than I do with my number 1 choice. But this is still something like, if I don't think the meta is correct, this is probably like something that, if I don't know what else to play, PikaRom is kind of a default, so not surprising there. And then on to my number 1 choice. That is currently Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. This is the deck I've been grinding out at tournaments a lot, and it's the deck I feel the most comfortable with right now. So I think this is the one I'm probably gonna play all, if not all, most of my keys with. Just think it has a lot of potential. You can change text in and out in general depending on what you're expecting in the meta, and it's not that hard to do. My current version right now is I'm playing a Yell Grunt with a Cheryl, and I'm playing a Yell Grunt in place of a Tina. I haven't tried this out yet, but I saw Stefan Ivanov included the Yell Grunt instead of a Tina, and it makes sense because Team Yell Grunt can kind of like remove more types of energy and that are not special, so you can kind of slow your opponent down. The pro to that, and another pro, is you don't play Team Yell Grunt. Like, you can't start a Yell Grunt on like Giratina where you can start that, and it can kind of throw you off a little bit. The The cons to it is Team Yell Grunt does your supporter for the turn, so you're gonna have to play it very precisely on turns where maybe you don't need to use a draw or a gust supporter. So those are the drawbacks of using either Tina or Team Yell Grunt. Mew is another flex spot. I'm currently adding because I'm expecting Rapid Strike Urshifu to see a lot of play, so I'd rather have that Mew for that tech, but it's something that might not be needed. So that could be another card such as Giratina, even Chirachi, a fourth Chirachi, but I feel like 3 Chirachis are fine. Maybe another Escape Rope and stuff like that. I've even played Fion in this deck over the Escape Rope, but I think overall the Escape Rope is just better. Fion, I felt like, got in the way a lot because it's a Pokemon. Meanwhile, Escape Rope, I can just play it down and boom, that's it. That's basically the same effect, but I get to switch also, and that's another reason why Escape Rope is a little bit better, because Gale Thrust needs that switch effect. You get the switch effect with Escape Rope as well. But aside from that, other techs that I'm thinking about could be even a Tool Jammer. Maybe that Mew becomes a Tool Jammer if I see a lot of relevant decks out there, a Tool Scrapper, whatever, for Mewtwo's. But yeah, I think overall this deck can really pull out wins with even bad matchups, so this is why it's probably my #1 choice right now. You can try the Minccino version. I personally have found that the Minccino version is a little bit harder to play, actually, because you have to manage your resources a lot, so that's why I don't feel comfortable with it yet. But I really hope to be a little bit more comfortable with the Minccino one. But for now, I'll stick with this Chirachi. It's a little more straightforward. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Feel free to comment down below. Let me know what your favorite deck is that you plan on using for PC4 qualifiers, and what's your game plan for PC4. Are you just gonna grind them out with one deck, or are you gonna change your decks constantly depending on the meta? Let me know down below, and subscribe to the channel if you want more PTCG content. Like the video if you liked the video, and you guys have a good day, and peace.